This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Frank, this game has taken us all over the world to some absolutely beautiful spots, and this is one of the prettiest I've seen in a long time, the cliffs at Lighthouse Point along the eastern coast of Maine.
Yeah, it's always fun when we head up in the northeast area. Golf's been in this area for a long, long time. This golf course hasn't. Rather new design by Brandt and Patel, and it's lengthy, 7,700 yards. You'll get to hit just about every club in the bag, so good test today.
.190 yards now for this second shot.
This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brutal out there.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Solid play, heart of the green. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Now at the second hole here at Lighthouse, it's a par 3, 234 yards. Difficult hole, Frank, especially when the wind picks up.
It is, and you can see with that bunker on the right side, that's obviously the bailout area, because the problem side is to the left of this green. That's where the cliff starts to run all the way down to the ocean. This is a very difficult par 3, not just because of its length, but because it's exposed to all of Maine's elements. In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. Not quite what he was hoping for, the tee shot in the bunker. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sandwich. Amazing. Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo back with you at the third hole here at the Cliffs. And this is a hole that offers up a chance to put a red number on the board, Frank.
It certainly does. A good drive finding this very narrow fairway will certainly give you the opportunity to reach the green in two. Stray a little left, either with the drive or the second, and all of a sudden you might realize this par 5 has teeth.
And yet again, he has hit it off the tee and into the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
The second shot. Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Has to like that one. Another birdie to get to 2 under par. Well, here at the par 4 fourth, 411 yards, Frank, this is the kind of hole where you want to pull out the cell phone and maybe take a few pictures because the views are absolutely amazing.
And you also see why this golf course is called the Cliffs, that's for sure. Great vistas. This front nine completely lines the coast, so you're going to need to keep it fairly straight on this golf course. This hole in particular, though, the fairway is actually rather generous, so you do get a little bit of reprieve off the tee. And you really want to hit the fairway because that green is very tiny, Rich.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Frankie seems to have found something. Already 2 birdies in a row and now another chance.
Yeah, it's all starting to flow here. This is really important. He's starting to play well. So finish it off here for 3 in a row.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Clean this up with a tap. Nice par to remain at 2 under. Now the 5th hole, par 4, 481 yards.
Find the fairway, and it's a fairly generous one, and you should have a shot where you want a nice lofted one over that front bunker to land softly on the green. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
And he's made the green. And he makes it for par. Now at the 6th hole, it's a par 3, just under 200 yards. Where's the challenge here, Frank?
Well, you've got to love that bunker on the left side, Rich, especially because it's shaped like a letter L. Got to fly that. Green's not too deep. So really the challenge is trying to flight that ball in amongst the breeze should it kick up.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That's how you play the game. Right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. 3's company. It's good company on the card. Another birdie. Make it 3 on the round. Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Point. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. If you look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie.
Frank, it's a nice walk to make down the fairway when you can see your golf ball right there in the middle.
Rich, there's an old saying, fairway first. There's another example. Hit it in the fairway, and the game becomes very straightforward.
Just a beautiful tee shot. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It's only 165 yards, Frank. Yeah, about 150 yards left here, Frank. That is an excellent play right there. The approach giving him another good look. 10-foot putt left.
Makes birdie, continuing to amaze on the greens, Frank.
Putted well all day, Rich. Had a couple of good holes early on and just, I think, found the groove. Has taken it to another level.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that? I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Good swing, good shot yet again.
That one was running so hot. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Love it with a nice splash out of the bunker. It lands softly and just runs out right next to the hole. Beautiful shot. Well done. Back-to-back birdies. Setting up to start the back nine here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front nine, Frank Hill will be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards, and more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Lay down. Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
These putts keep the round together. Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. We're just playing a nice round of golf. Has that one for par, and now at 5 under par. Moving on to the 12th hole now. Par 4, 439 yards. Headed for the bunker? Yet again, in the bunker off the tee. Missed the fairway in the fairway bunker now.
It's not all gloom and doom, though. Lip isn't too high. A good swing here still shouldn't be a problem.
And that one into the bunker.
Again, I don't know how much sand those shoes are going to hold, but we're going to find out.
Routine stuff here, Frank, from the bunker?
We just got to be careful of that lip in front of him with his third shot coming up.
So Frank out of the bunker and back into play.
Yeah, the late Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's always the next one. Well, by getting the ball back in play, he just made that a little easier.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Now to the 13th hole, and Frank, this could make you quake in your soft spikes. 702 yards? Par 5, it might be a par 6 or a 7.
Well, I think a few people will make 6 or 7 here. You're right. This is a rarity in golf, 700 yards. So forget about any thought of even getting close to this par 5 and 2. Plus, just to add insult to injury, the 2 bunkers off the tee are perfectly placed. They're about 298 yards, smack bang in the middle of that. I doubt you can get past those, but you need a good drive, really, to try and leave yourself a short third shot. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, what has stood out for you watching this player into these wins?
A lot of smart decisions. Not trying to fight the wind, using it, and really just a lot of good strikes, one after the other.
Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. Now at the par 3 14th, over another body of water. Frank, you could make some big numbers on this golf course. I would think if you walk out of here today having shot under par, you have to be really happy.
Certainly is big boy golf playing around the cliffs at Lighthouse Point, Rich. And this is another example here at this beefy par 3, 240 yards. You can see Lake Zimmer protects the front of this green and to the right. It's obviously where they get all their irrigation water from. But it's enough green left of the flag here. That's really what you've got to be looking at, that front left section.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. That is an excellent lag putt right there. Had the speed perfectly. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Impressive. Once again, that's a par, remaining at 5 under. The round continues at Lighthouse Point, and Frank, the 15th hole is a par 4, only 387 yards. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
And getting ready for the putt.
To that.
Final par 3 on the backside. It's the 16th, 241 yards. Time to make a move as we are in the finishing stretch here.
When you give the scorecard a cursory look, you might think 240-something yards is a difficult hole, but this plays quite a bit downhill, so it plays more around the 200-yard mark. A fairly generous green, protected by the bunker.
Frank, looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
He's hit the green here at the 16th, but he's not yet hit this putt. It is a long one, about 30 feet away, and it'll test him. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Could use this one. This is for par. Good effort and good par putt. 17th hole is another par 5, 613 yards. Frank, how do you play it?
Only the longest hitters can get here in 2. It's 2 big hits, that's for sure. S-shaped fairway, so if you can't reach the par 5 and 2, you still plot your way down there for a nice little pitch, and really great opportunity to get one back off the scorecard.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Well, Frank, the wind is really starting to pick up.
You've got to fixate on the direction now. If you get the direction wrong and or mistime one of those gusts, all sorts of problems.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there. Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Well, at last we're at number 18, and Frank, I have really enjoyed this golf course. And now when you see the lighthouse in the distance, it really makes it that much more special.
It is. The beacon will always take you home. And speaking of home, this finishing hole, it bends to the left. A good tee shot will somehow find the fairway and just leave you a short iron in. And, of course, you make 3 here, and then that smile's going to light up like a beacon.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Now 8 under on the day. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward. This is great golf that you would hold up against anybody right now.